Now that I've been here at Weill Cornell for a little over a year, it's a great time to reflect on how this first year's been and maybe some of the places that we're going. First off, I've enjoyed being here. This is a tremendous place, terrific people, collegiality, collaboration, friendliness, all of the things that you really want in a place where you're tasked with leading the mission areas. In this case, clinical care, research, and education. I've had some great opportunities to really get to know people. More recently, I've been on the clinical service and get a chance to be a doctor again, be a cardiologist. And that was a terrific week that I spent on the cardiology service. I had a terrific time interviewing my good friend, Rob Califf, the commissioner of the FDA, in a fireside chat that we held. And I've been just very much enjoying the fall weather here in New York City. Finally, I'm always looking ahead. I'm always thinking, what else is there that we can be doing? And so stay tuned. We're going to be talking about growing the clinical practice further with 575 Lexington. We're going to be talking about expansion of our science enterprise with recruitment of new chairs. We're going to be talking about the recruitment of a new Senior Associate Dean of Education and what he or she might bring in the ways of educational innovations to the campus. So a lot going on here at Weill Cornell. I'm excited to be here. 1 year seems like, wow, I just got here. And I got plenty that I want to engage you with and do together. When I first came back to the East Coast and I was coming to Weill Cornell, I made a commitment to myself that I would continue to see patients. I'm a doctor and I'm a clinical person and I love seeing patients. And so it was important to me to get my license, to get my privileges, but first to maybe get my feet wet working here at Weill Cornell. So it's only been recently that I've started seeing patients again. And it's really affirming for me. I love to see patients. I love to try to figure out cardiology problems. And I really enjoy the teaching aspect of it. I get to hang out with really smart trainees, residents, fellows. I get to work with other attendings. Frankly, I get to learn my way around the hospital that I hadn't known very well until I was responsible for walking around on the consult service. So fantastic to be back seeing patients. Oh, when I think about role models, I'm not sure that you actually choose them consciously, or they're people that you come across in your life that you decide, I think I'd like to model some of the things I do after them. For me, the most obvious and the biggest professional influence and I would say role model for me is a clinical researcher, is Rob Califf. Rob is currently the commissioner of the FDA, was my colleague and friend at Duke for many years. I worked in Rob's research group as a fellow at the Duke Data Bank. And then I joined his research group and spent many years in it before I moved to Stanford. Why do I say that Rob's a role model? It's because Rob has never really deviated from what he believes. And he's quite straightforward in how he assesses this. He believes that the purpose of clinical research is to provide information, the best information possible to clinicians to take better care of patients. That's it. And that is his guiding principle. And I really admire that. And I've tried to pull that into my own professional life, both as a leader, but also as a researcher myself. I do think that narrative and storytelling is an important part of letting people know about your professional journey. When I was becoming president of the American Heart Association in 2019, I met with one of the writers. His name is Jamie Arrett. And he said to me, Bob, when I look at your CV and I read about you, I actually don't know anything about you. And I was kind of a little off guard. I'd been in cardiology for a long time. I had written a lot of scientific papers. I had seen a lot of patients. I had been to a lot of conferences. But he said, I don't know about you. It turns out Jamie was a baseball writer, beat writer for the Texas Rangers. And he said storytelling, narrative is an important part of conveying how one feels about something or why one chooses to do something. So I told him my story, and he made me get comfortable with telling my story as a way to really reflect on my own professional journey. And my story is this. My mother died suddenly when I was a college student, and she died of sudden cardiac death. Now, I didn't consciously choose to go into cardiology because of that, but I got to believe there's some subconscious element of it that really made me choose this career. So storytelling, an important part of one's professional narrative, one's professional journey. What's my favorite Halloween costume or candy? All right, here's a little insight into Bob Harrington. I don't wear costumes. I get embarrassed wearing costumes. I don't think adults should wear costumes. I don't want to go to Halloween parties where you have to wear a costume. It makes my family crazy because they all love to do it. Halloween candy, on the other hand, I do love. In fact, I like candy just generally. And what's my favorite? Anything that has caramel in it. So in addition to sending me pizza recommendations, if anyone wants to tell me where you can get the best caramels in New York City, I'm open.